There's a risk that in doing this, people are gonna think like, oh, there's just two sort of wretched people commiserating about our shared wretchedness. But I mean, I sort of like that because we have nothing in common, right? You were in LA making wildly successful sort of pop culture products, and I'm like a sort of foreign policy, international human rights, a disgraced former political candidate. But I think that, the thing that we have in common is that we were both canceled. That is an experience that transcends political tribes.
I love what you're doing. I love this because the hardest part of all of this has been the friendship part. It's not anything that I've actually really talked about in depth because it's really not what the media is interested in. And so I've spent most of my time with the salacious as opposed to, getting into the heart of the matter.
This is Dale Wheatley, a filmmaker who scored the ultimate dream of making his first feature film, starring his friends, slowly rising stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire. The film was Don's Plum, a black and white slice of 90s life that was poised for success and accolades, but instead got served court orders by his own friends, blocking the film's release, destroying friendships, and canceling careers.
These guys, were my friends.
I feel so betrayed.
Dale, an immensely talented filmmaker, was blacklisted from Hollywood due to no one wanting to anger Leonardo DiCaprio, when the facts of the story show that Dale did nothing wrong.
Again, you want to get into these emotions, and I'm ready to go there because, at this point in Leonardo DiCaprio's career, he's concerned about the press. And then what a friend uses to leverage that state of mind. How do men who love each other and who are friends, friendships that have spanned, in some cases, over a decade, why in one night would these men extinguish that? When you want to get into the weeds of the emotion and love in a group of friends that falls apart in a single evening, Andy, one night, it all went down in a single evening. How is that orchestrated? I don't fucking understand it, Andy. I can't for the life of me understand how people reconstruct events. They reconstruct life around the way they feel about it. Did it happen to you in your circumstance? Did people recreate your past?
This is Kaylin Ford, a mother of two and a major advocate for international human rights. She was recruited to run as a Conservative Party candidate for the provincial register in Alberta, Canada. Her political career was beginning to soar, and then 1 month before the election, short excerpts of private academic conversations that she had years earlier were posted anonymously and out of context by her opposing party, wrongfully painting her as an anti-immigrant white supremacist. Without any chance to respond, her reputation was destroyed overnight.
So this turned into a headline that I said that white supremacist terrorists are treated unfairly. And then, that then slipped into, I am a white supremacist. By the way, it's an unbylined article in a partisan blog relying on an anonymous source. And then the mainstream news outlets picked up with it within hours and just parroted the exact same narrative. So within 4 hours, I was publicly annihilated. So, the implication is if you have been accused of a thought crime, you shouldn't even have a platform to defend yourself. There cannot be no other side of the story. This is the problem with trials by social media or by public opinion, is that there's no presumption of innocence, right? There are no rules of evidence. There's nothing resembling due process. If you are accused, you are guilty. And there's also there's no possibility of redemption or forgiveness either. So that's what's disturbing about cancel culture.
And I don't think people understand, frankly, what it means for me to get over it and move on. The only way for me to get over it and move on is to decide that my life and my dream, as I had planned it for myself, cannot happen.
The most challenging thing for me, where my real dark night of the soul was, in feeling like I had been rendered completely useless. I really liked the idea of being able to serve the people that I was meeting. I looked forward to being their friend and their neighbor and being able to help them and hopefully do something good in my province. Your opportunity to serve in that capacity is taken away, but then also in every other capacity. I can no longer financially support my kids. I felt I can't really do a lot of the international human rights work that I used to do or that I want to do because I am now a liability to any cause that I attach my name to. All of this stuff has been taken away from you. but you can still be good to your friends. You can offer comfort to strangers. You can be a mother to your children, and that has to be enough. So like, yeah, sorry, in any small way that you can serve people, that you can make the world better, you do that. And yeah, sorry.
These are just two of so many stories that deserve to be heard, because they don't have their own platforms. And that's the goal of Hugging the Cactus, to give the opportunity for people who just want their stories to be heard. Please give what you can and support our Kickstarter. Any amount will help. Any sponsorship you can offer. Help us cancel culture. And visit uncancel.com for more information.